Hello, my most amazing artist. First, let me start off by saying how proud I am of you guys for making your tigers last week. You guys drew tigers in an amazing way, and I'm so proud. Each one of you has a little bit different looking tiger, and I love that because now we're going to have lots of cool looking tigers to hang up outside. And this week we are going to add a jungle to the background. So if you look right here at my book, you can see a jungle. Look at all the leaves. See how the leaves go all the way from the top of the page all the way down to the bottom? So we're not going to add a sky or anything because we want our tiger surrounded all the way by a jungle. So let me show you what we're going to do. Every table will get a little caddy like this. You will have scissors. This is the safe way to hold scissors when you are not using them. You hold the blade. You should not be out of your seat with scissors. If you're not using your scissors should go right back here into the bin. They shouldn't be laying on your table. They should go right back into the bin. Now, when you're using your scissors, you're going to put a couple of fingers in the big part and your thumb in the small part, and you can open and close. The only thing you're cutting with scissors today is tissue paper. Be sure you're not cutting anything else. You should not cut your paper. You should not cut anything else at the table. Okay? You will also have glue stick in your caddy. What I would like for you to do when you take the cap off your glue stick is put the cap back in your caddy. These glue sticks will dry out if you don't have the lid on. So it's real important that we don't lose the lid. So put the lid back in your caddy, and that way we won't lose it. So, really quickly, every one of the caddies has 4 of each color. So we're going to distribute those, which means everybody in your group is going to get 1 of each color. So we're going to give everybody 1. And then we will start cutting. So I believe this color goes here. All right. So I'm going to move my caddy out of the way because I have my scissors, which are going to stay in the caddy. I have my glue stick. So I need 1 of this color. And then I'll pass that to everybody else at my table so they can get 1. I need 1 of this color. 1 of this color. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a diagonal line. So let me show you what that looks like. If you're looking at my paper right here, a diagonal line goes from one corner to the opposite corner. It's kind of hard to see that, but if I were to draw an X on top of my paper, the lines that make an X would be a diagonal line. So let me show you when I cut that. I'm going to take it from one corner and I'm going to cut it to this corner. Okay? And I'm going to do that on all of my pieces. So I'm going to cut all of my pieces from one corner to the other corner. So I'm making them triangular in shape because a lot of times leaves are fat at the bottom and they get skinny at the top. So they make a point. They come to a point right there. Okay, so I'm still cutting. Now some of my leaves may be kind of big. Like this shape is really big and I may not need a shape that big. So I'm going to show you how to cut it to make it a little bit smaller. And just do the best that you can. Okay, so now I have all of those cut into triangles. And like I said, this one is kind of big. So I'm just going to try to make some smaller triangles out of this one. So I get a triangle there and a triangle there. So just try to keep cutting triangles. If your shape is not quite a triangle, that's okay. Just do the best that you can. So I'm just making some different triangles. And I can do this in different ways. So try to cut and see how many different ways you can make a triangle. I wouldn't cut your papers into more than about 4 sheets because if you start cutting them too small, then they won't look like leaves any longer. That one's a pretty good one, so I'll leave it. Okay, so now I have lots of good leaf shapes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to push them off of my tiger, and I'm going to start gluing them. Oh, they're having trouble there. Okay, so when you glue, what I want you to do is don't waste the glue. So you should have the glue, you can roll it up from the bottom, but you shouldn't have a big amount rolled up, just enough to use. And you're going to take it, and you're going to put a little circle, and then you're going to glue a little shape and just press it down. And this glue will dry clear. So if you're worried about it being purple, it's okay. It will disappear and dry clear. Okay, and so just start somewhere and start gluing. And you can overlap your shapes, which you should. And if it's coming up a lot, you might have to put another little dot of glue down. So you want to glue it down pretty good. So you notice I'm just putting little polka dots of glue. I'm not gluing my whole paper because that would just be silly. I'm trying to get some different colors, and I want to glue really close to my tiger. So if you notice, I'm gluing really close to my tiger because I want it to look like the jungle is surrounding him. I haven't used this color, so let me use this color. Let's see. And I'm going to put it right there by his face. I don't want to cover him up, but I want to put it right there by his face. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm just getting big pieces and small pieces. I'm trying to glue down in a couple of places, and I press down really hard once I glue it down because I want it to go on there neatly. Okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use all my tissue paper and go all the way around. So I'll show you when it's finished what it looks like. And you see I'm putting different colors in different places. Okay, I am finished with my tiger. You can see I have a little bit of white space around the edge. That's okay. You just want to be sure that you fill up the space around your tiger really good. And don't cover your tiger up. You can see a few of these overlap my tiger, which means they go on top of, but not very many of them. We wouldn't want to glue one right on top of our tiger because that just wouldn't make very much sense. I do have a few extra pieces, and what I'm going to do with those is I am going to take them and place them back into the bin where the tissue paper was. Okay, I'm going to carefully take my scissors and place them back in the bin, and I'm going to find my cap for my glue stick. I'm going to take my glue stick and roll it down, because if it's rolled up really high and you put the cap on, then all the glue will get stuck in the cap and it'll mess it up and it'll be yucky. So roll your glue stick down like that. It should not be way up here like this. If I see that you're putting the top on and your glue stick is way up there like that, you might lose a point for following directions. So help everybody at your table to remember you need to roll your glue stick down and place the cap on it, and look, put your thumb up there. Did you hear the click? Once it clicks, you know it's on good. You'll place this here, and then when the alarm goes off, someone from your group will take your caddy back over to the store table, which is behind me back here. And your table should look very, very, very clean. Okay? So you should not have scissors left out on your table. You should not have little scraps of paper. If you have little scraps of paper like this, they can go right back in your caddy. Your artwork can be on your table, and you can stack it up right in the middle. So if you see, I'm sitting at red table. So there's my little red dot. So you can stack all the artwork right here on the red dot. All right, guys. Once you have glued in your jungle leaves, if you did not finish painting your tiger and you would like to finish painting your tiger, you may go to the round table in the center of my room. There is a tray with paint and water and paintbrushes, and you may finish very quickly painting your tiger. It shouldn't take you long. This is a great example of a tiger that just needs a little bit more paint. So if you need to finish painting your tiger, glue all your leaves down, then go to the round table, and you can use the painting supplies there to finish your tiger. And then where do you think he goes? If he has wet paint on him, where should he go? I hope you said the drying rack. Okay, so you'll place your tiger on the drying rack once you're done painting it. If you are finished painting it and all you did was glue your leaves with a glue stick, you should be good to not have to put it on the drying rack. Unless you see some big places of glue, which you really shouldn't have if you followed directions. Okay, if you have any question about whether yours should go on the drying rack or not, just raise your hand and let me know and I will answer it for you. All right, enjoy this and I hope you get finished today.